Hello and welcome to the New York Jewish Film Festival. The festival is presented by the Jewish Museum and Film at Lincoln Center. I'm Aviva Weintraub, director of the festival, and I'm from the Jewish Museum. And I'm so pleased to have this opportunity to record a Q&A with Aalam Warqe and Kobi Davidian, the filmmakers of With No Land, which we're thrilled is part of our virtual lineup. Hello, Kobi and Aalam Warqe. How are you today?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Hello. First of all, thank you that you're hosting us and showing the film. It's very important. Thank you very much, really. We're very happy.
Thank you. It's a wonderful film and very, very interesting. Maybe you can start by telling us what made you want to make this film.
Okay, so I'll start. We directed a testimonial archive named Memories of Ethiopia, and I'm telling my side. So it's 100 testimonies, and I was as we were filming and editing the testimonies, for the first time I heard the activities of the Ethiopian Jewish community to make immigration into Israel, and I was shocked to hear this side, because when I was growing up and everything I learned in Israel was always Israel came and rescued this poor Jewish community in Ethiopia, and I was very amazed. So this started my research into this subject. And Aalam Warqe.
For me, it's like all my work, it's dealing with the identity as a Black woman, as an immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
And also I came to Israel when I was 11 during Operation Solomon. So and also my tfisa.
Your concept, your grasp?
Yes, as the way I see history, and I know when we learn about history, there is untold history.
Yes.
As this story, for me, it's Operation Solomon. For me, it's of course I know there is untold history. So when we thought about 3 years ago about another 3 years, it will be 30 years for the operation. And we said during the work on the archive, we said this is need to be the moment we need to tell the untold history. So we start to lania
to make the film came alive. We started working on the film.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So part of the inspiration, if I understood, came from the seeing the oral histories that were in the archive you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so it was a different perspective on the story that gets told in Israel.
Yeah.
For me, it was all new. So Aalam Warqe knew she came from she has a different perspective.
Yeah. But really, to work on the archive, it's like, I felt, we met the people, and it's like, for me, it's to remind me the spirit of this community, and it's okay. Come on, people, let's speak about our story. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
You understand.
That's great. That's great. So it's also obviously very personal for you.
Yeah, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Every work, it's very, in the end, it's very personal. Yeah. Yes.
Can we talk for a minute about Fig Tree, which is, I think that was your first feature film.
Yeah.
And we were so pleased to show it in the festival 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Were you thinking about the documentary at the same time you made Fig Tree, or not really?
No, not really. Even, you know, when I make the Fig Tree, it's like, for me, it was documentary. For me, it's like a holy place, because it's real people, and there is, for me, you have a big responsibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The story and the people, it's like, no way, I will not, I don't want to make a documentary film. It's like, no, it's too heavy for me. This responsibility of creating something that's, but Kobi, he's more coming from this world of documentary, and he's like, you know, I see him and the way he works and the way he's work with the material, with the history, and he's very serious person. And I said, okay, I can be, yeah, I can jump on it. Yeah.
And so how long did it take? How long did you work on it? And what was the process like in terms of funding it? And what were the reactions as you were developing?
It was very fast,
very fast.
Very fast, you know.
Usually a documentary, a regular documentary, takes between 3 to 5 years. But we had a year and a half from the funding from Can 11, the public Israeli public station, and Gesher Film Fund,
yeah,
that funded us. We had a year and a half inside the pandemic and inside the civil war in Ethiopia that we had to film in Ethiopia as well. Yeah. So it was very hard to produce this film, and it was very quick to make an historical broad scope story. Mm-hmm. But for a good thing, I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah, that's great. I was really very moved by the interviews in the film, and you had incredible access to, for instance, some of the government officials in Ethiopia. How did you find people, and was it hard to find people that were willing to talk about it, or did people really want to tell this part of the story?
I think we are in the middle of process of the Ethiopian community understanding about the historian.
To preserve
history.
Their history.
Okay, our story. Yeah. Because I think in our culture, you are not supposed to be talking about your doing things. It's like more you need to be humble. Humble?
Yeah.
And you need to showing things by doing.
Yes.
And so, but I think the community, I think, I don't know, 5 years ago, or I don't know, 10 years ago, it was very difficult to bring people to speak. even in our research, it was very hard work to לשכנע.
To persuade, but
yeah, but also just a minute. But because there is understanding, it's more easier. But sometimes you feel I know they feel, oh no, please, why I need to talk about this? Really, it's happened. Okay, we do it. So what? It's like that.
Yeah.
It was a tough job. If we researched more than 50 people that could have been in the film, because everybody had a great story and did a lot for this immigration. But it was, I think, hard work to get them to tell the story, as Adam says, not that we did it and that's it, or we did this stuff and that's it, but to tell the story, like to tell what you did, how you did it, and etc. So that was something Aalam Warqe had to deal with when she interviewed the people.
But it was very beautiful also, because this was like dialogue about the Shamel. Preservation history, why we need to talk about it, what is the meaning of history because we are living in the Ma'arav, I don't know,
in the West.
In the West, and there is also element of fighting history. If we don't tell our story, nobody will tell it. So it was very interesting and beautiful.
And as well as these people are getting old, and if they don't tell this history now, then nobody will tell this history.
Yeah. So it was for me it was very beautiful massa.
Okay.
Journey. Yeah.
Journey. Yeah.
Right. I was very interested to see Rachamim Elazar. One of the interviews, I met him years ago. That's another story. But can you talk a bit about the important role that he played, I think in the 80s, right?
Yeah, he's very smart, wonderful person. He's like, there is many, the way he understand things, and without any emtsaim in the beginning,
without any formal education or any means of I don't know,
he is like really believer, and really smart person, that he understand that he need to להוביל.
He needs to get to lead.
To lead some idea, because for his for his history, for his people, for his and there is many story that he told us. He doesn't have enough money to eat those years, and how he said in some coffee shop, trying to convince people how to make really program for he's an amazing person.
And he really understood that he had to get the international Northern American involved in order to make this immigration happen. He knew that he had to tie Ethiopia with Israel and the United States and Canada. Without any, he's not a politician, he's not, I don't know, it didn't come from the system or anything, but he really understood that, and he did it.
It for me it's very special because I felt to do really a big movement.
Yes.
You need to you have to כאילו גב, תמיכה מסוימת.
You need like
Support.
Yes,
yeah.
some support. He is like he get to hear like to he did some movement without support.
It was illegal when he came here.
So it's like very and you know he tells about the big history in the movie, but I said about my impression on him.
Yeah, he has I think like a great intuition for what to do to lead in like really complicated political situations. So the interview with Colonel Mitiku Bogala was so interesting. What more can you tell us about him?
First of all, he is a brother of Yona Bogala. He is very
But you tell. I'm sorry.
He is the brother of Yona Bogala, the big leader of Ethiopian Jewish. So he is he was navigate his role in very complicated history on Ethiopia.
Yes.
You know, during their time, he managed to get very high level of in Ethiopian government.
Yes.
And his story also very complicated because he doesn't show his he doesn't speak about his that he's a Jew. But also it's very impact on his
career.
Career.
Yeah, he had to keep it silent, but like the people above him knew it. So he had this glass ceiling where he could get as a Jew in what part he can get as a Jew.
Yeah, but also he has a very big role about escaping Jewish people. There is many stories about him that we didn't get to on the movie, but he's like during he's תספר את התשתית שהקים להברחת יהודים דרך שהוא עבד עם המוסד.
We didn't get to we didn't have time to get into this in the film, but he together with the Mossad had an escape route for political prisoners through Kenya. They used to forge documents and smuggle them out from the Ethiopian-Kenya border into Kenya, and from then they would fly someplace and then to Israel.
Yeah, this is also during 70s, 80s. No, in the middle of 80s. Or he do it with his nephew. And by also telling about guiding by Yona Bogala, he is doing amazing and dangerous crazy job, really.
Wow.
So you know, for us also to bring him to the movie, it's like really the activists told about this. There is a way to work with Ethiopia. It's not really, you know, they are very far village. We don't know nothing about things. There is a way.
And also they're not they're communist, and we can talk to them. There's ways.
Yeah. So for him, his character was very important to see. It's not there's no people to work with them.
Right.
There was a person that he also really can smuggle people through the airport.
Yeah, the main line.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's.
I don't know if we answer your question.
No, it's great. I think it's a little bit, well, it's a corrective to the white savior story.
Yeah. Yeah.
That narrative that we have all heard for many years, but you really brought agency to the people. And I think it's very wonderful.
Yeah.
And of course, he's not the only one. It's important also to say.
Sure. And where have you shown the film in Israel?
It was broadcast, as I said, in Cannes in May, on the 30 years annual.
The anniversary of Operation.
Yeah. On the Israeli public channel, so it was very great and was very nice that they were partners and willing to tell this narrative. And as the festivals work, we couldn't show it in festivals in Israel because it was already broadcast. So we're doing the other route.
Yeah.
Coming from outside, and then maybe we'll show it in Israel. We do screenings and lectures in Israel, and it's amazing to see how little people know about the subject, even in Israel. Or they knew what I knew in the first step, that Israel came and rescued, and everybody is shocked to see this community in a different light. So and it's and abroad it just started its tour, so
that's great. I'm sure there'll be a lot of festival interest in the film.
We hope so.
Yeah. Now, I read in the press kit that you're already working on another film, right?
Yeah.
What is that about? Can you talk about it, or it's too early?
No, it's okay. We hope it will come up out next year. It's called Honey Trap. It's about a big clearance and improvement project that was supposed to happen in Kiryat Moshe neighborhood. It's a neighborhood in the city of Rehovot that is mostly populated by the Ethiopian community. And it was the #1 national priority building project until a month ago. And the film follows
the activists,
the community activists, while dealing with the politicians and the entrepreneurs, and gentrification, not gentrification. How can the community stay as a community and not scatter around in Israel? Because the project was supposed to demolish the whole neighborhood. It's 10,000 people and build a new neighborhood of 52,000 people. So, from like 80-90% Ethiopians, there will be 20% at the end of the project. From all the thing. So it's we're looking inside the community and how they're dealing with the outside forces and different forces that shape the community itself. So now we're in the editing, and we hope that it will come out around July next year.
Okay.
I can add just one thing and one subject.
Yes.
We have the line of today, of 2000. 21 in the film, and it's important for us to say that history repeats itself, because there's still 10,000 people stuck in Ethiopia inside of a civil war that can't immigrate into Israel, and Israel doesn't let them immigrate in. So it's the same story exactly 30 years ago, 30 years after.
Wow.
And these people have family in Israel, so there's family separation, and it's important for us to raise this issue and to let people know, and maybe try in that way to open the doors for these people.
Yes, I hope so. Well, I wish you the best of luck with it, and I hope the reception of With No Land is very positive. I'm sure it will be. It's such an interesting and important film. Thank you so much.
Thank you.